surrounded by amazing landmarks. And all my brother wants to see is the graffiti and arcade spaceships. It's not just graffiti, dude, he said seriously. It's street art. People like Ratatouille and Cosmonaut are creating original works of art, and they're using the environment around them to tell a story at the same time. There's an international pop art renaissance going on, and Paris is its epicenter. My brother's head was big enough already without me complimenting him, but I was impressed with how much thought he'd put into it. I was usually the one lecturing him on things like art appreciation. I get it, but we're in Paris. Some of the most treasured masterworks ever created are here. Van Gogh, Monet, Picasso, Dali. They all lived and painted right here. Well, snooty McArtface, Ratatouille painting himself all over Paris turns the whole city into an interactive museum. And you don't have to wait in line or go to a hoity gallery to see it. Besides, some people think artists like Stylo are masters. I shut up is what I did. You got me there. I can't talk smack about a guy who got away with turning the most famous clock tower in the world into a smartwatch. Stylo's handle meant the pen in French, and he'd been making international headlines for all the crazy places his outlaw art installations had appeared. Like the time he projected digital numbers and icons over the Big Ben clock tower in London, and then changed the signs so it said I Ben as a commentary on historical preservation in a tech-driven society. The whole world was Stylo's canvas, and he used it for activism, too. The saying that inspired his name, "The pen is mightier than the sword," also inspired his art. His anti-war stencils of soldiers wielding his signature feather fountain pen instead of guns had appeared all over the world on government buildings, police headquarters, and even in war zones. My favorite is when he used suction cups to scale that mirrored office building in Texas wearing a mirror-covered jumpsuit so no one would see him, Joe said, referencing Stylo's protest of a big oil spill the year before. Now, stenciling a flock of oil-covered pelicans crashing into that big oil CEO's window took talent and guts, I agreed, wondering how terrifying it must be to climb a skyscraper like you were Spider-Man. That kind of daredevil stuff was definitely more up Joe's alley. I heard he donates all the money from his paintings to charity, Joe shared. I bet Vincent van Gogh didn't even do that. Well, he might have if he hadn't died penniless and unknown, I informed my brother. Oh, Joe said, looking up at the sky. Sorry, Vince, my bad. Stylo's definitely got VVG beat in the popularity while alive contest, I observed. It's amazing how someone can turn themselves into just about the world's most popular artist without anyone discovering their real identity. Stylo wasn't just an artist, activist, prankster. He was a mystery. And no one appreciates a good mystery as much as a Hardy Boy. I can't wait to check out the exhibit with his new work at the Galleria Simone place near the hotel, Joe said. That's one hoity gallery I don't mind waiting in line for. It was a different place near the hotel that I was excited to wait in line for. A medieval royal palace filled with over 650,000 square feet of France's most priceless treasures. Chapter 2. Bonjour, boys. Joe. Okay, for a stuffy old museum, the Louvre was pretty epic. The converted palace Frank kept blabbing about took up almost half a mile along the right bank of the Seine River. That's what the Parisians call the north side of the river that divides the city in half. The museum may have been historic, but it wasn't entirely old. The gigantic glass pyramid surrounded by triangle-shaped reflection pools in the outdoor square by the entrance gave the place a modern touch I appreciated. A street cut right through the square, and the whole outdoor part was open to the public without having to buy a ticket. So tons of